Hello, welcome into this mystery reading. My name is Molly, aka the Quantum Leap Queen. This reading is just as much a mystery for you as it is for me. So, these readings are designed to just bring you some nourishment wherever you're at in life. And when you need nourishment, you can come back and pick a reading based on your intuition. These readings are timeless and they are here for you to utilize as a resource. So, let's begin. I'm going to start with the tarot. I'm going to set the intention to give you the best messages that you need to hear today. And let's see what's poppin' for this group today. What do we need to talk about most in this group? I have the Three of Cups, and I have Death in the reverse. Ooh, ooh, nice. Nice. I actually really like that energy. And then I noticed seeing the Emperor followed by the Ace of Swords on the top of the deck. Yes, 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 yes. Okay. The vibes I'm getting straight up is like there was some shenanigans that went on where something went wrong. Someone did you dirty, perhaps. This was a younger version of yourself, maybe getting yourself into situations such as relationships or something that just are a learning and growing opportunity for you. But there was something that someone did or something, and it really, really hurt you from the past. But because death came out in the reverse with the Three of Cups, I'm getting it as this is something you've healed completely. This is no longer a trigger for you. Um, it's bringing me back to something that happened today for me. I couldn't listen to the song Jolene by Dolly Parton when I was going through my own betrayal. And now coming back, I'm like, I listened to that song today just like no problem. And I remember how much that song used to trigger me. And it's just showing you like you've really had a mindset shift when it comes to this situation of the past. And you've taken back your power from whatever you gave away your power to in this last situation. You've claimed that back and you're sitting on your throne as the emperor, as whole and complete, as I don't, you know, I took that and I alchemized it. I didn't need to, you know, that wasn't something I needed to hold on to. There's a total forgiveness here of like whatever happened there. And if you're not at that total forgiveness place, that's okay. It's just showing you the reason. I just have to say this quick for the people that feel like they're not in that forgiveness spot with this specific message. The message for you is you're not choosing yourself by staying angry and deciding not to forgive. Because when you forgive, it's actually not about the other person. It comes back to you. You're forgiving so that you no longer have to live in those emotions of anger, of, yeah, just anger at someone else because you're angry at yourself for giving away your power. And that's what you're angry about, truthfully, if you get down to the core of it. But that's something that needs to be processed within you. That's not an overnight switch, or even just because you have the logic of that doesn't mean that it's going to be integrated. If you still feel triggered, there's a lot of soul work, a lot of looking at yourself, deep work to do. But also, if you're on the other side of this and you truly feel like let go of the past, like you've done that work, and now you're kind of sitting more in this place of course I'm going to keep choosing myself. And so there's kind of a double message here depending on what side of the coin you're in when it comes to this situation. But the situation is the thing that we need to talk about. Let me ask if there's any more advice for you, for this group, about this situation. I have the Three of Wands in the reverse with the Five of Wands on the top of the deck. I feel that this is talking about you and this person or whatever situation happened, and it's telling me the difference of vibrations that you're in now post this betrayal or heartbreak or something like that. So your energy, the Three of Wands in the reverse, you're realizing that you don't have, I'm noticing 444 on the clock, by the way, as I'm saying this. You don't have to do it all on your own. I think you've really learned over the past however much time it's been since this situation happened. You've learned that you can open up and rely on other people. That's been your struggle, and that was something that you really had to go deep with within yourself. But I do think now you're recognizing that actually there is not only power in numbers, but it's good for your healing to find like-minded, like-hearted, open-hearted individuals that you can share yourself with, like, and not any way other than platonic unless it feels right. But it's just saying having healthy relationships around you is really beneficial to your energy. And perhaps that's something that you've been learning recently is like, I can open up to people a bit. You know, I can ask for help. Perhaps you've had to ask for help and that wasn't just not a comfortable thing in the past, but I think you're learning or have learned that it actually is really amazing when we can ask for our needs, because it doesn't you're not forcing, you're just putting it out there. Like I would really love if someone could help me out with this, if someone could just listen because I need to vent, or something like that, where you're putting out your needs, asking permission, but then like also letting go of outcome. I think that's where you find the best help. And you realize that people want to help, just like you want to help people. So there's an equal exchange, and that you don't have to do everything alone, because that's the Three of Wands upright, is doing things on your own. Three of Wands reversed, no longer in that mindset as much. You're able to open up more. I feel like this situation actually really like opened up your heart, because you saw more darkness than you had seen before in yourself and other people. Like, it was just a real eye-opening moment for you. The Five of Wands I get as your partner's energy, or whatever job or whatever the situation was about. You know, as I'm talking about this, what this is about for you. And I just see that whatever, if it was a person, they're still doing the same stuff. The Five of Wands is someone that is like constantly fighting for their perceptions, their point of view. And honestly, I see this card as like playing a lot of games, like fighting for, fighting to like one up people. And it's a lot of like egoic games. That's what I feel. I don't think you play that way. I think you're more like straight, I don't know how to say it, but also you've struggled with communication in the past. This person is too, but they're really struggling with communication with themselves, being honest with themselves, and maybe that's honestly not something that they want to do, but I just see them in that more immature energy of the playing, the mind games, that's what I'm seeing. So both of you took this situation differently. Your energy is very different now. Yeah. Okay. And then I got the Page of Pentacles and the Four of Cups. Again, I feel like this is talking about your energies. But I feel like this time you're coming out as the Page, and they're coming out as the Four of Cups. It's kind of like you really took to create something from the hurt. It's just like I'm picturing an artist in that way. You're such an artist when it comes to taking tough things and turning them into something beautiful. I just feel like you've been working on that in your life, because it's the pentacle, it's the physical manifestation, it's the earth energy. It's like you've manifested something from this chaos and heartbreak and betrayal that now benefits you, and that has now up-leveled you. With the Four of Cups, I think that's your partner's energy, and I just see it as they still are kind of just stuck. They're not really grateful for all that they have. I see them as a bit of a big complainer, and it's honestly, I'm getting a little bit because they haven't got it out of their own view or explored much beyond their own perspectives of things. Again, it comes back to that fighting energy. The Five of Wands, like I just feel they're just stuck in their own little world and they think it's scary out there, but they're trying to be honest, feel like they're trying to master their own world, but they're so not willing to dive into the hard stuff. They just kind of want to mask that or like live on the surface, and it's going to just create a certain kind of life for them. And they may appear different on the outside, but I think from you either being in a relationship or close relationship with this person, or if it was a job, but I do kind of feel like it was a person for most people. This is a general reading, remember. But that's what I feel like. Totally different in the energies, how you handled everything post this situation. So I think that's probably pretty good with the tarot. Actually, I want to say that I have the Queen of Pentacles at the top of the deck. I feel like it's going to be worth it in the long run. It already is. You're already seeing some manifestations of how you've alchemized negativity into positivity, but it's going to do so even more as you get older, like, or as time moves on. Like, you're just going to sit more in this throne of like, I know who I am. I know how to manifest the things that I want to manifest. And it's not an egoic energy. It's just a claiming energy. It's just like a deciding to live life energy, like based on your terms, on your, not listening to other people's opinions about your life, for example, just really in your own lane. I think that's, let me just ask if there's anything else, but I feel like that is kind of wrapping it up with the tarot. I had the Queen of Wands come out, so now we have two queens. I will say this one came in the reverse, and it just reminds me a little bit of, you're a little afraid of your power, actually, and I think you maybe have been hesitating or on even like if it is witchcraft or it is something like magic, because the Queen of Wands, she's the witch to me, and she is like the magical one out of all of the queens. And because it's in the reverse, it's a little bit like you're a little afraid to step into your full power and potential, and that's okay, like little by little, because you are so powerful. So it's like, but also what you're most afraid of, what that fear really boils down to, is like the enormity of your love that you get to experience by really believing in yourself and going for what it is that you want to go for in life. So that needed to come out. So I think that wraps it up for the tarot. I'm going to pull some oracle cards next. Okay, let's take a look here. Let's go for the Moonology right off the bat. What other message is here present for this group? Ooh, nice. We have the South Node. Don't let your past hold you back. So, I don't think you are. I really don't think you are, but that is still a good reminder. Again, that's probably more the power thing. Afraid to step into your power. That's an old story, right? That's a boring story, right? Anything else here from this deck? The answers you need are coming, full moon in Gemini. It's true. You're going to get the messages you need, the answers to your questions when they're relevant. So there's no need to stress about the future at all, because the answers will be there when you need them. That is living in abundance, and that is living in your highest potential. That's a vibration. That's something you practice being in. Yes. Yuki, I think I'm going to wrap it up with that. I like a simple yet punctual, like powerful little note. Okay, next deck we're looking at is the I Create My Reality. Love this deck. What magical messages you have for us today? Okay. I am open to receive. Oh, I love this. And this really is that intuitive witchiness. She's in space here, like connected to the cosmos. Remember that that's where you're sourcing your power, is the cosmos. We are the cosmos. The cosmos are us. Okay, it says, I am open. I am open to accepting new ideas, new people, and new situations. That openness will enhance my overall joy and happiness. I am open to receiving all the love that there is. I am open to healing and to becoming the best that I can be. I am open to serving. I am open to helping. I am open to creating. I am open. Beautiful. Beautiful mantra. I am open. I am open. I am open. Because when we open ourselves up, then we can actually let in possibilities that are so great, are so much better than we could have imagined. But some people, all of us, get into these modes where we don't want to do that. We want to control, or we want to keep things the same, familiar. But just trust your timing. Just trust your timing, okay? And continue to open up yourself to more love, more connections, opportunities. Get out of your comfort zone, right? Like, stretch yourself. That's everything that's living is growing, right? So that. Let me ask if there's another message here. I feel like one more could be beneficial for you guys. Let me ask. I am grateful. Another great vibration to be in. Gratitude is the attitude. A grateful heart is a magnet for miracles. When you are grateful for everything around you, even the things that you may not understand at the moment, you improve your satisfaction with life. Be grateful for all that you have done and for all that you still want to do. What matters most is not where something comes from, it's what you do with it. Live in gratitude. I love that end. What matters most is not where something comes from, it's what you do with it. Right? Like, it doesn't matter that you got hurt from this situation in the past. It doesn't matter that it happened in that particular way, even though at the time I'm sure it felt like, this is my living hell. Why is this happening? But it doesn't matter where something comes from. It matters what you do with it. What do you do with that hurt and pain and betrayal and all of those feelings of despair that come up when something like this happens? What do you do with it? And that's where I think the magic comes in, and you learn how to alchemize it, and not by trying to vomit your emotions onto other people or situations or try to numb yourself and kind of like bring others into it. Your real power and how you truly transcend the energy is you sit with it. You look at it. And it's so uncomfortable to look at it because you want to hide from it and numb from those emotions. But when you sit with the thing, yes, by yourself, it can be helpful to get spiritual advice with someone that can see to help you navigate your perspective and their perspective and kind of find the truth in the situation. That can be very helpful. But it's also not necessary. I think that will speed up the process, which is a great thing. But also it's not necessary because you have all that you need within you. So asking and being in gratitude, I feel like are one and the same, because you're honoring life more when you live and you make the meaning yourself and you say, my relationships are important to me. You know, the one with myself, most important. The one with others, top priority. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So gratitude is the attitude. Gratitude is the attitude. And that's something, again, you practice. And I feel like if you watch my readings, you're probably pretty practiced in gratitude. And it's just a good reminder that I always think of my spiritual advisor always told me this, but she'd talk about attitudes as that you can get them from the store. There's something that you try on and you wear. Not always. We're going to have emotions flow through us as something like you get into a car accident, let's say. You're going to have like the shock running through you, right? Or you walk in on your husband cheating on you or wife cheating on you. You have this shock. But aside from those like unique situations, when you're living your everyday, the attitude that you are picking, you're the one choosing that attitude. It's not happening to you. It's happening because of what you're choosing to focus on. Are you focusing on the past? Are you focusing on the future? Or are you present with yourself? Are you looking around and thinking, I have this to do, or that looks like nasty, or like all these negative things? Or are you thinking, wow, I feel grateful to be breathing right now. I feel grateful for the sunshine on my face. Like, what percentage of the day would you say that you are more in those feelings of gratitude, and what percentage in more of those feelings of negativity, for example, or icky feelings that you just don't want to be feeling and you don't need to be feeling, but your focus is there. So it comes back to the practice of your focus, the practice of your vibration. That's what can change. And I say that as someone that has really worked on my mindset. And I used to really and be in negative emotions and beat myself up a lot. 90% of my thoughts. But over time, I've been practicing this for years. It comes back to gratitude. And now things flow for me much more easily and I feel better in every day. And that's, for some reason, that needed to come out. So I hope that helps, or is just a nice reminder for wherever you're at in your journey. I'm going to pull lastly from the medical woman, or the medical woman oracle. Okay, let's take a look here. I'm going to ask what the best advice for this group is. Given everything we talked about, given anything new that they need to hear, they're open. They're open to receive. They're open to possibilities coming their way. They know their power. They feel their power. They feel their focus. They feel the love that they are and that is all around them. Divine sensuality. I reveal your talent to enchant. Ooh. I need to look this up, actually. Let's see here. Divine sensuality. Okay. I reveal your talent to enchant. I am the goddess of love. Hold on, let me see this. Okay. I am the goddess of love, sensuality, and desire. Pleasure is a doorway to carnal celebration, the gift of our incarnation. I hold the power of sensations, love, and creativity. I am the enchantress, the muse of poets, the lover. My spirit is the honey of life and catalyst of your talents. I am Venus, Aphrodite, and Shakti. The promise of marriage, the marriage of yin and yang resonates in me, and my dances call for sacred union. When you surrender to your impulse of life, you also tap into the wonderful inspiration of sublime divine creations. Okay, that was kind of a word salad, but it was inspiring in a way. Okay, guidance. I'm going to read this because we got to the guidance part. This is my newest deck. I'm still learning about it. There we go. The time has come to reconnect to your desires, the joy of living and sensuality. Treat yourself, whispers the medicine woman. Develop a connection to sacred sensuality, like Venus emerging from foaming water in a seashell. Let your beauty shine. Celebrate your body, the vehicle of your divine feminine essence and container of your creations. Reconnect to water, the symbol of sensuality, and fertilize your talents. Let yourself be exalted by love and powerfully sensual relationships. Reconnect with your loving and erotic nature and exalt your creativity in all areas. Okay. Honestly, that's a good message. What I was also getting with this card, you are the divine feminine and the divine masculine within you. And you're the balance of the two. All of it. You're the creation of the two. I'm getting like, because it's sensuality, but like, I'm just getting like super fertile energy is with you right now. Maybe you feel that way. Maybe you feel like you're kind of being birthed into a new person. There's something like that. And they're saying to find the balance, to find that balance within you between your seriousness and your silliness. You know, between your own masculine, your own feminine. And there's a desire to honor your body more. And maybe that is just healthy eating, healthy moving, physically helping your body. And also there could be that desire to harmonize your energetic body. Maybe you've been feeling blockages in places. But they're saying as you keep addressing what comes up for you, that's what I hear. Like when you have those emotions, take a deeper dive. And if you don't know how to do that, simply Google or ask AI. Like there are many tools you can use to dig into emotions more. And therefore they don't control you any longer because you've gave them the space to breathe that they wanted and live, and now they're gone. But so many people are afraid to open the box on their emotions because it's not always comfortable. But the thing is, emotions are just energy in motion, and they're everything in life. They're everything. So let them flow and find that balance in your life between your feminine and your masculine, whether you're a guy or a girl or whatever. Like just work on that balance within you. That is a message. And I feel like I'm just gonna pull one more and just see if anything else wants to come out. Spring. Ooh, nice. A time for renewal. Step into uncharted territory. Again, I do feel like you're building a new person, or you feel the energy is of that of a new chapter. And so have fun in this chapter. Have fun with the new. Like experiment with things. Also, don't take things too seriously. But it really does all come back to finding that balance. And yeah, so I think that's it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this message. I hope it resonated somewhere along the line. Remember that this is a mystery reading, and a general mystery reading. That's what I meant to say. It's general. If you get a personalized reading, those are a lot more detailed and personal because the energy is much more focused on just you. So that's it for now. Yeah, I'm gonna end it there. Thank you guys for joining me. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, all the things. Anything you need to know will be down in the subscription. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Have a great one. Bye.